Hi there, my name is Radwan. This is Dr. Metwally. Together we make up 2 out of the 3 dentists at Radwan Pediatric Dentistry. The third musketeer is Dr. Cindy Yi. She's going to be with us shortly. We're going to try to get another introduction with all 3 of us up online as soon as possible. So let me kind of give you a brief introduction about the office, and then we'll talk about myself, and Dr. Ayman is going to talk about himself also. I started this office in 2008 with a simple goal that I wanted to make an office that I could bring my own children to. And I encourage you all to read our vision and mission statements online. I think it really encompasses how we all feel about this office and treating kids. And you know, we work really hard on that, so take a look at that if you get a chance. As an informal icebreaker, we wanted to make this video just to see who we are. This is actually most of the time, you know, this is our Sunnyvale office, so this is where you'll be when we meet when we meet you. So you'll know who it is that's introducing themselves. All right. So Dr. Metwally and I have been friends for I'm sorry to say 20 years now.
Sorry.
20 years. And interestingly enough, he's actually one of the people who really encouraged me to get into pediatric dentistry when we were back in dental school. Anyway, when I started as a semiconductor engineer at Texas Instruments after graduating with a chemical engineering degree, and I quickly realized that it just wasn't for me. I was a fairly mediocre engineer, just why I didn't like it a lot. Then I went to dental school. I got out of that very quickly. It took me about 2 years. I got out of dental school. I went to dental school at NYU. And then I had 3 years after dental school as a general dentist. That was with the U.S. Army. And in between there, I had a short little detour in Iraq. And the reason I mention that is because in Iraq and during the Army is actually when I was introduced more to pediatric dentistry. And ironically, that's how I got interested in pediatric dentistry, or that's the time that I got interested in treating only children. So I left the Army. I went to the Children's Hospital of Buffalo, and that's where I did my residency. And I left Buffalo in 2007. I came back to California, and then a year later, in 2008, I started the Sunnyvale branch of Radwan Pediatric Dentistry. In 2010, I started the Morgan Hill office. And I usually spend about 1 to 2 days a week in Morgan Hill, and then the remainder I'm in Sunnyvale. So this is the guy that I've been waiting for about 3-4 years now to come back from New York. I'll let him introduce himself, but first I wanted to say something really quickly about Dr. Cindy Yi. Honestly, she's a sweetheart. She is. I'm sure your children will all love her as much as we all do, and the staff does. She's been with us for about 2 years now. She is fluent in Mandarin. And we're working actively to make sure that she gets more days. Unfortunately, she's only working on Wednesdays now, but we're actively working to get her to work more days with us here at the office. So I'll let Dr. Ayman introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ayman Metwally, and like Dr. Radwan said, I've been friends with him for about 20 years now. So.
I meant 20 years based on the fact that it's a long time.
Yeah.
You're getting old.
You're getting old too. Yeah. But we're still young at heart.
Yeah, we're still young, yeah, definitely.
So a little bit about myself. I am basically a Bay Area guy. I've been here almost all my life. I grew up here. I went to high school at Bellarmine in San Jose. I went to undergrad at Berkeley, and I did my dental school training at UCSF in San Francisco. And after that, I knew I was interested in working with kids, but I didn't know if that's all I wanted to do. So I did work as a general dentist for a few years, just like Dr. Radwan. And in that time, I came to realize that pediatric dentistry is what I really wanted to do. And actually, after consulting with Dr. Radwan for some time, I made that decision, and I took the leap, and I pursued pediatric dentistry. I did my residency in the East Coast in New York at Staten Island University Hospital.
You were the chief resident there?
I was the chief resident there for my final year, and after I graduated from that residency, I did stay on as an attending for 3 years, at the hospital, and I also worked in private practice as well, in pediatric dentistry. And finally, I was able to, I decided to come back to the Bay Area with a lot of urging from Dr. Radwan.
Yeah. It's like pulling teeth.
Literally. So I'm glad to be back in California. I'm glad to be back in the Bay Area. I'm very excited about working with Dr. Radwan, and I'm very excited about working here at Radwan Pediatric Dentistry. I really look forward to meeting everybody and working with everyone. I do believe that Dr. Radwan and I share the same philosophy. We really do, want to treat every child and every person that we see as if they were our own kids, our own children.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with that, just wanted to thank you all. You got anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. We are all passionate about making sure the kids visit is as comfortable as possible. If there's any problems, please don't hesitate to call any one of us or email any one of us. If there's any problems with the office or something just isn't right, please email me or call me right away. My door is always open, so to speak. And we look forward to meeting you all. All right, thanks.
Thanks.